a lot of people incarcerated that definitely talk to their friends to talk to me to tell me my friend from jail is, watching you play and watching everything that's going on. So it's just like the world, I say is so small and everybody.
Picture this. You step onto an NFL field for the very first time, and in minutes, Sunday football morphs into the Shedeur Sanders show. One single game, and he turns Cleveland Stadium into his own personal stage, while TV execs start rubbing their hands at ad revenue soaring into the billions. Viewership didn't just climb, it exploded like a soda can tossed in a bonfire. So what in the world did he pull off to make the entire NFL lose its mind? Shedeur Sanders didn't just make a debut for the Cleveland Browns. He walked in like the franchise was some dusty attic begging for a clean-out and then flipped it into a high-rise penthouse with glass walls and a skyline view.
Shedeur Sanders made his NFL debut with the Cleveland Browns, and he did not disappoint at all. He threw 14 of 23 for 138 yards and also 2 touchdowns. He was delivering the ball. He also showed off his legs, going for 19 yards and actually getting some first downs. I know it's a preseason game. I know it's too early to tell. It looked and seemed like he was really comfortable out there. Even with Panthers defenders running all in his face, he was still calm in the pocket.
From the opening snap, you could feel the shift. The crowd's roar had this raw, hungry edge. The dog pound growled like it hadn't eaten in years, and every single seat in that stadium felt wired with pure electricity. His passes dripped swagger. His scrambles looked like choreographed dance moves made to humiliate defenders. By halftime, fans weren't just watching, they were converted. Somewhere between the second and third quarter, half the city was already frantically Googling how to pre-order a Shedeur jersey. And this wasn't just a debut, it was a full-blown national TV takeover. Living rooms, office break rooms, dive bars, and luxury lounges were all locked in, buzzing like it was election night drama. Networks tracked the viewership surge in real time, but nobody dared change the channel. All eyes were glued to Shedeur. Every snap making defenders question their career choices. Each throw wasn't just a pass. It was a laser-guided strike, detonating with perfect timing, slicing through defenses, and holding even the most casual fans in a hypnotic grip.
Shedeur Sanders last night, the most watched preseason game in NFL history. Time to get into the Shedeur Sanders. Now,
Cleveland's offense had been flat for years, like a sad bowl of plain cereal drowning in lukewarm milk. Then Shedeur rolled in and dumped in the whole bag of sugar. Suddenly, routes were razor-sharp, timing was locked in like a sniper's aim, and receivers were snagging passes like their paychecks depended on it. Because with Shedeur slinging the ball, they do. Drop one of his passes, and you might as well start drafting your resume before the post-game interviews because second chances are rare in his playbook. Here's the wild part. He wasn't just good, he was dangerously good. This wasn't some timid rookie sticking to safe short passes. Nope. He strolled up to the line like he'd just bought the stadium and picked apart the defense like a kid grabbing the biggest stick for the piñata, swinging with reckless, ruthless swagger. The Panthers' secondary?
I'm thankful to be able to inspire people through everything because the lady just told me now, when I'm having a bad day, I just think about Shedeur and I'm saying, I'm going to act like Shedeur. So like that's so cool, to me that I'm so
Poor, unprepared souls. They got sliced up so bad, it felt like there should have been a viewer discretion warning. At one point, you almost expected the ref to wave it off like a boxing match before someone's career took permanent damage. On the very first drive, Shedeur Sanders unleashed a flawless 40-yard laser to the sideline, leaving the cornerback frozen in place, starring in his own slow-motion blooper reel. By the second drive, Sanders was throwing on-the-run bullets so sharp that a defensive end literally paused mid-chase just to process what he'd seen. By halftime, he'd already stacked up more passing yards than some seasoned quarterbacks manage in 3 exhausting, soul-crushing games. Meanwhile, social media had already crowned the Browns' future Super Bowl champs. Imagine being on Cleveland's PR team that day.
What Shedeur did Friday night makes me anxious now to see Dillon Gabriel in the preseason. Because I want to see what he can do. And look, if Dillon goes out there and he does what Shedeur did, I got no problem saying I was wrong. Then Dillon's just a bad practice quarterback. Dillon very good on the whiteboard. Dillon very good at memorizing stuff. Dillon very good in games. He's a terrible practice quarterback. I would have no problem saying that. But right now, he's a terrible practice quarterback.
Well, here's the thing with...
You show up ready to post a basic game day tweet, and suddenly, you're swarmed with calls from ESPN, Fox Sports, and every sports blogger still typing away in their mom's basement. Calling the stadium vibe electric doesn't even come close. Fans were FaceTiming cousins, uncles, old college roommates, bragging about witnessing history unfold live. Nobody sat down, not just from excitement, but because missing one of Shedeur Sanders' throws while stuck behind some guy swinging a giant foam finger was unthinkable. Even the dreaded Cleveland beer lines vanished. Yeah, Shedeur had folks so locked in, beer sales dropped. That's when you know you're watching a moment destined for highlight reels for years. And it wasn't just the numbers, it was the swagger, the poise, the vibe that for the first time in forever, the Browns weren't just playing football, they were putting on a spectacle so magnetic that even rival fans forgot to boo. Now let's talk composure, and not just good composure, movie scene level composure. A rookie in his first NFL start is supposed to be nervous.
Want Shedeur to play and start, because guess what? That preseason game is going to get record ratings. I thought the game was at Cleveland, but it's at the Panthers. So no matter what, think about all those people, because, hey, Jack, they got a big crew of folks up there in Charlotte. They're going to be in the house. You're going to have people that's going to call them all over that know Shedeur. So they're going to pack that place. So I think, honestly, Coach Stefanski has been the one that say, hey, we're just letting it.
Maybe force a throw, stare down a target, or dump it off just to play it safe. But Shedeur, nah. He moved like a playoff veteran with 10 seasons under his belt, casually walking up to the line with that half smirk like he'd already read the ending and was just letting everyone else figure it out. Every snap was a masterclass. He wasn't just running plays, he was owning the entire stadium. The Panthers' defense, bless their hopeful hearts, threw everything at him. Zone coverages ripped apart, man coverages burned to ashes, blitzes that looked lethal on paper turned into background noise. The defining moment, Carolina sent 6 defenders at him like a tidal wave. Most rookies would panic, but Shedeur, he sidestepped pressure like he was avoiding a puddle on the sidewalk, bought himself a couple golden seconds, and then casually launched a perfect 25-yard dime downfield.
What was your reaction to Shedeur Sanders' first game as a pro?
I was extremely impressed. Shedeur Sanders was comfortable and confident. You saw him stand in the pocket and take hits and deliver strikes.
Like tossing car keys to a valet, the crowd detonated. The receiver never broke stride, and somewhere on the Panthers' sideline, their defensive coordinator was probably wringing his hands, already scribbling new emergency plays. By the final whistle, this wasn't just a debut, it was a warning shot fired across the entire NFL. If Shedeur Sanders can do this in his very first game, imagine the chaos he's about to unleash with a full season under his belt. Cleveland may have just found their franchise quarterback for the next decade.
Have we seen enough? Have you seen enough of Dylan? What have you seen from Dylan Gabriel to make you think he can be number 2?
Who wrote that?
The Browns Athletic Insider.
The Browns Athletic Insider, right?
Yep.
So you see Shedeur do what he does. 3 quarters of football. I think maybe played well into the 4th quarter, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So in a live game, you saw him play the way he played and still question if he can do the same thing when he has the actual starters at his disposal.
And the rest of the league, they're staring at a long, painful headache. Defenders are already losing sleep. Coaches are tearing up game plans. You can bet a few teams called emergency meetings just to talk about one rookie who plays like he's been running the league for years. Sports bars were jammed wall to wall, rivaling Super Bowl crowds. And half the people there weren't even Browns fans. Nobody dared miss the next jaw-dropping moment. Every big play instantly flooded social media. Clips, memes, slow-mo breakdowns. Shedeur's face and name were everywhere. Ignoring him wasn't just impossible, it was career suicide for anyone in the NFL. The sports world pulsed with one headline, the rookie who might just change the NFL forever. And this wasn't just another Cleveland win. It was a loud, in-your-face declaration that the team's future had turned blindingly bright. Analysts, commentators, fans, all raving about how this newcomer wasn't just playing, he was owning the field with an electricity you could feel in your bones. And it wasn't just him, his energy infected the whole squad. Receivers were sprinting like their cleats were on fire, pulling off catches they wouldn't have dreamed of last season. The O-line, playing like they just sworn a blood oath to protect him at all costs. Cleveland hadn't seen swagger like this in decades, and the vibe spilled into the streets, strangers high-fiving in grocery aisles. Somebody out there probably named their newborn Shedeur that night. Even the traffic cops were smiling, a straight-up Cleveland miracle. Then came that play, the kind every rookie dreams about, but almost nobody pulls off under insane pressure. 4th quarter.
He's got a sore arm. Why? Well, people say he throws a lot, before practice and after practice. Well, how counterproductive is that?
I'm sure there's a method to the madness.
What is it?
He's trying to get his arm right, Tone. I'm sure he's probably practiced more now than he has at any point in his
Well,
collegiate
it obviously
career.
was counterproductive because he's got a sore arm.
Browns clinging to a shaky 3-point lead. Panthers stacking the line, daring Cleveland to run or punt. The tension was thick enough to choke on, like a cold winter fog that wouldn't let you breathe. Shadow takes the snap, eyes locked in, heart steady, then pulls off the smoothest fake handoff you'll ever see. Half the Panthers went charging the wrong way like a blooper reel gone wrong, while Shadow rolled out with zero panic, zero hesitation. Then, he let it fly. A deep bomb that seemed to hang in the air forever, keeping every fan frozen in breathless suspense.
I told y'all so. I told y'all Shedeur is the baddest man in the world, and I personally still think Cleveland is going to sabotage him even furthermore. So Tony Grossi, who I've been on his head for a minute, and I want all of y'all to tell me thank you, because apparently I lost my head. Your favorite YouTuber ain't been predicting. I think I'm Moses over here. I've been predicting everything about this. Now Stephen A. Smith want to say, I think they're sabotaging Shedeur Sanders, but we've been saying it over here for months.
Perfect landing, right into his receiver's hands, touchdown. The stadium lost its mind, the roar shook the walls, and just like that, NFL history had a brand new highlight burned into memory. One game in, and Cleveland went from the team people watched out of pity to the team everybody wanted to see. Shadow wasn't just the star, he was the mastermind running the whole show. Post-game interviews, they didn't feel like press conferences, they felt like victory parties. Reporters tried to stay professional, but their excitement leaked through, throwing around words like the next big star and future of the league. Even the grizzled TV analysts, ex-players who've seen every kind of talent, sat there in awe, calling Shadow a once-in-a-generation rookie. He's a ratings magnet, a living highlight reel, a viral clip factory. The NFL's been starving for a rookie to shake the league like this, and now every Browns game is must-watch primetime, whether you're a diehard or just flipping channels.
Before last college season started, that Shedeur Sanders should go number 1 overall. It was either he or Travis, 1, 2, 2, 1, and I would go every time with the quarterback because he is the quarterback. He is him. He is the son of the greatest cornerback and to me, the greatest athlete ever. Greatness flows through his veins, and I said it all year long. He should go 1 in the draft ahead of Cam.
Shadow's presence alone makes people freeze mid-scroll and lock in. What makes it even crazier is this wasn't some one-off flash of brilliance. Every snap proved he's the real deal. From the way he commanded the huddle like a general, to his lightning-fast reads on the defense, to those slick adjustments at the line. It was pure football IQ mixed with killer instinct. Every move showed the perfect storm of preparation meeting opportunity. The NFL is officially on high alert. Shedeur Sanders isn't just a standout rookie. He's a full-blown game changer. Now every team on Cleveland's schedule is sweating bullets. What used to be easy wins just turned into survival missions because this quarterback turns defenses into practice drills. Viewership is smashing records. Networks are scrambling to push every Browns game into primetime, and the city of Cleveland hasn't felt this electric in decades, maybe ever.
Tonight, Shedeur Sanders made the entire National Football League look like a whole bunch of petty fools, in some cases, racist fools, in many cases, Dion despising fools. Tonight at Carolina, Shedeur Sanders made all those teams that had 143 chances to draft him before he went 144th. He shamed all of them, including the Cleveland Browns, who finally took him in the 5th round.
Fans are already whispering playoffs. Some are daring to say Super Bowl. And the boldest are putting Shadow's name in the same breath as LeBron when it comes to changing Cleveland sports forever. Yeah, it sounds wild after just one game, but so did the idea of the Browns landing an elite quarterback in the first place. And here we are. So what's next for Shedeur Sanders? If his debut is the blueprint, the NFL better buckle up, because this kid isn't just playing the game, he's rewriting it.
Shedeur proved that the game of life is less about the scoreboard and more about the narrative that you refuse to let others write for you.
He's on track to turn the entire league into his personal highlight reel, throwing precision lasers, moving with that effortless swagger, and pulling off comebacks that feel scripted for a movie. If you thought this NFL season was going to be business as usual, think again. We're watching the birth of something legendary, a star who's about to dominate highlight reels all year long. And hey, if you're riding this wave with me, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Who knows? You might just be witnessing the rise of the next NFL legend.